Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to dive into a detailed analysis of Oppenheimer. We'll also be exploring the distinctive style of the renowned director Christopher Nolan, as well as delving into the film's music and character analysis. If you're ready, let's get started. Directed by Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer is a film that leaves a profound mark on the world of cinema, offering a dramatic portrayal of a historical event. Focusing on the life of J. Robert Oppenheimer and the background of the Manhattan Project, this film stands out not only as a biographical drama, but also as a work that examines the moral dilemmas of modern science and the origins of one of the greatest catastrophes in human history. Oppenheimer transports viewers to the mid-20th century, centering on the development of the atomic bomb and Oppenheimer's pivotal role in this process. The film delves deeply into Oppenheimer's, played by Cillian Murphy, complex and multifaceted character, while highlighting the conflict between science and ethics. Set against the mysterious and intense backdrop of the Manhattan Project, the story prompts us to reflect on the enormous consequences of developing and using the atomic bomb. One of the central themes explored in the film is the ethical responsibility that comes with scientific discovery. Oppenheimer is portrayed as a character who, while reaching the pinnacle of scientific achievement, is also acutely aware of the destruction he has unleashed upon humanity. This portrayal leads viewers to question, where do science and ethics intersect? Additionally, themes such as the impact of war on humanity, political manipulation, and personal morality are woven throughout the film. So what makes this film so special? Let's dig a little deeper. Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer film stands out as one of the most compelling examples of his directorial style. Understanding Nolan's approach to filmmaking requires a thorough examination of both the technical and artistic aspects of the film. Nolan exhibits extraordinary precision and depth as a storyteller in Oppenheimer. The narrative techniques employed in the film showcase his skill in handling complex and multi-layered stories. Nolan, known for his expertise in playing with time and memory in storytelling, continues this style in this film as well. In Oppenheimer, the transitions between different time periods and the intertwined narratives allow the audience to grasp the psychological state of the characters and the complexity of historical events. The film's visual style clearly reflects Nolan's cinematic vision. Collaborating with cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytema, Nolan has crafted each frame of the film to be both aesthetically and narratively impactful. The visual compositions, particularly the use of lighting and color palettes, heighten the emotional intensity of the film while emphasizing the characters' internal conflicts and the historical context. Nolan's attention to detail ensures that every scene is meticulously planned, and every image aligns with the film's overarching themes. The management of dialogue and character interactions showcases Nolan's talent for creating depth in characters. The dialogues in the film are often intense and meaningful, reflecting the characters' inner worlds and historical responsibilities. Nolan crafts these dialogues to explore the characters' minds and offer a personal perspective on historical events, providing the audience with both informative and emotional experiences. A film's music shapes its soul. This film harnesses the power of sound and music to immerse the audience in both a physical and emotional experience, particularly in scenes involving the development and testing of the atomic bomb. The sound design and music serve as tools that amplify the film's dramatic structure, reflect the characters' inner worlds, and underscore the gravity of the historical moment. The film's music, brought to life by Hans Zimmer's masterful compositions, is integral to the narrative. Zimmer, who has collaborated with Nolan on numerous projects, consistently deepens the director's vision through music. In Oppenheimer, Zimmer ensures that the music goes beyond being a mere background element, becoming an essential part of the story itself. The music sets the film's pace, reflects the emotional states of the characters, and draws the audience into the events. Zimmer's compositions for this film start with minimalist and ambient tones, gradually building tension throughout the film. This tension culminates in powerful music that creates a sense of explosive release at the film's climactic moments. In the scene depicting the first atomic bomb test, the contrast between silence and the ensuing loud explosion delivers both a physical and psychological shock to the audience. Zimmer skillfully balances music and silence in this scene, elevating the film's dramatic structure to its peak. Sound design is another crucial element in the film. Nolan, a director who has always emphasized the importance of sound in creating a cinematic experience, maximizes this element in Oppenheimer. The film's sound design not only allows the audience to observe the events, but also makes them feel as if they are right there in the moment. Explosions, the hum of machinery, the whispering thoughts of characters, and the sound of the atomic bomb's detonation are not just heard, they are felt. This sound design increases the film's tempo and keeps the audience in a constant state of tension. The use of sound in the film also reflects the characters' internal worlds and emotional conflicts. For example, Oppenheimer's inner monologues and thoughts are conveyed to the audience through sound design. These internal sounds emphasize the character's conflict between scientific success and moral responsibility. This use of sound deepens the character's psychological state and draws the audience into his mind. Additionally, the use of echoes, sounds that create a sense of emptiness, and sudden sound effects serve as tools that reflect the character's mental states and inner turmoil. Another particularly striking aspect of the sound design is Nolan's ability to manipulate time through sound. Throughout the film, the director alters the speed and tone of sounds to highlight the relativity of time. This technique is especially effective in scenes involving the development of the atomic bomb. These scenes, where time slows down, sounds become muffled or accelerate, are designed to make the audience feel the pressure and tension the characters are under. This use of sound draws the audience into the event while directly conveying the character's emotions. Finally, the music and sound design in the film's final scene prompt deep reflection in the audience. The combination of silence and music perfectly captures Oppenheimer's internal conflict and the weight of this critical moment in human history. As Zimmer's minimalist compositions reach their peak in this scene, the blend of silence and explosive sounds offers the audience an unforgettable cinematic experience. This combination ensures that the audience leaves the film with not just a story, but also a profound emotional and psychological experience. Now, let's take a look at the film's characters and their relationships. In this film, the dynamics between characters not only drive the narrative, but also deepen the film's themes, compelling the audience to reflect on science, ethics, and human nature. At the center of this narrative is Robert Oppenheimer, whose relationships with the surrounding characters and the impact of these relationships on the events are vividly portrayed. The film's main character, Robert Oppenheimer, is depicted not only as the scientist who developed the atomic bomb, but also as a complex and multifaceted individual. Oppenheimer's character oscillates between scientific curiosity, intellectual capability, and deep moral questioning. Throughout the film, his ambition to achieve scientific success and the internal conflict between this success and its potentially catastrophic impact on humanity reveal the character's psychological depth and tragedy. Although Oppenheimer reaches the pinnacle of scientific achievement, he struggles with profound regret and a sense of responsibility for the future of humanity. This internal conflict makes him both a heroic figure and a tragic character. The characters surrounding Oppenheimer complement and enrich his complex inner world. Especially notable is Lewis Strauss, who plays a significant role in the film as both an ally and a rival to Oppenheimer. Strauss is a character who closely observes Oppenheimer's rise and fall, experiencing a complex tug-of-war in his relationship with him. While he admires Oppenheimer's intelligence and capability, Strauss is also driven by a desire to control the power and influence Oppenheimer holds. Strauss's ambivalent feelings towards Oppenheimer eventually lead to a political and personal reckoning as the film progresses. Strauss becomes an integral part of Oppenheimer's tragedy, and this relationship strengthens the film's dramatic structure. Katherine Oppenheimer, Oppenheimer's wife, adds emotional depth to the film. Despite being a strong and independent woman, Katherine tries to stand by Oppenheimer amidst the pressures and stresses of his life. However, this situation also causes her to grapple with her own internal conflicts and pains. While Catherine supports her husband's scientific achievements, she also struggles with the darkness and guilt that plague his inner world. Her relationship with Oppenheimer walks a fine line between love and disappointment. Oppenheimer's obsession with his work and its impact on their family life leaves a deep mark on Catherine's sense of identity and role. This relationship enhances the emotional dimension of the film, exposing Oppenheimer's human vulnerabilities and frailties. Another important character is Ernest Lawrence, who emerges as one of Oppenheimer's closest allies in the scientific community. Lawrence is a physicist who works alongside Oppenheimer during the Manhattan Project and shares his vision. However, throughout the film, Lawrence's relationship with Oppenheimer evolves from scientific collaboration to political and ethical debates. While Lawrence supports Oppenheimer's scientific ambitions and dedication to the project, he also expresses his own doubts and concerns about the destruction the bomb will cause. This creates a complex dynamic of friendship and professional partnership between Lawrence and Oppenheimer. While Lawrence admires Oppenheimer's intellect, he is deeply troubled by the consequences of Oppenheimer's decisions. Additionally, secondary characters like Edward Teller further enrich Oppenheimer's story. Teller, a scientist who played a significant role in the development of the hydrogen bomb, and his conflict with Oppenheimer deepens the film's scientific and moral dilemmas. Unlike Oppenheimer, Teller advocates for the limitless advancement of science and thus pursues his ambitions for developing more powerful weapons. The conflict between Oppenheimer and Teller goes beyond a mere difference of opinion between two scientists. It also reflects a broader debate on the relationship between science and ethics in the post-war world. The relationships between the characters in the film are examined not only on an individual level, but also in a social and political context. Oppenheimer's relationships with the U.S. government and military officials form a key part of the film's political dimension. While Oppenheimer is supported as a figure leading the government's scientific research, his leftist tendencies and political stance are met with suspicion. This situation triggers a series of events that lead to his downfall at the height of his career. Oppenheimer's relationship with the government illustrates how science can be shaped and controlled by political forces. The Oppenheimer film presents a story enriched by the depth of its characters and the complex relationships between them. Robert Oppenheimer's tragic portrait is shaped through his interactions with each of the surrounding characters, allowing the film's central themes to be explored in greater depth. Oppenheimer's scientific ambition, ethical questioning, personal conflicts, and political relationships provide the audience with a broad space for reflection on both individual and societal levels. These characters and the dynamics between them elevate the film beyond a mere historical narrative, turning it into a work that questions the complexities of human nature and the modern world. As a character-driven drama, Oppenheimer takes the audience on an emotional and intellectual journey, standing out as one of the significant works of modern cinema. So that's our in-depth look at Oppenheimer. We've covered a lot today, from Christopher Nolan's directorial style to the film's music and character analysis. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. See you in the next video. Take care.